Just returned the U-Haul that we rented from over the weekend after visiting my brother Mike and sister-in-law Rachel up in Albany, New York. So they actually are moving back to Austin, Texas at the end of this year, and they had a dining room set that they didn't want to bring back or bring to Texas. So they knew that Brittany and I were moving into a place on Friday, and they generously hooked us up with that dining room set. So Mike and Rachel, Mike, I don't even think you watch the videos really. I know you're not much of a YouTube watcher, but Rachel, I know you are. I know you're watching this. I just want to say thank you guys so much, not only for the dining room set, but for your hospitality this past weekend. We had an amazing time, a lot of fun, and looking forward to visiting you guys in Texas when you move, but I'm sure we'll see you before then. Well, obviously for the wedding, but maybe even before then, it would be cool. But that's it. We're not moving far. A lot of people have been asking, are we moving out of state? Are we moving to a different town? And will I be going to a new gym? No, 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 and no. We found a place that's maybe 10 minutes from where I currently live, about 5 minutes from where Brittany lives, and maybe 15 minutes tops from the gym. So everything in that regard will pretty much stay the same, except we'll be in a new location when we're filming videos at home and everything. So excited for the change. You know, a lot has been going on in these past couple of weeks, been incredibly busy, but once we get all settled in, one of the first things that I did was make sure that this place has or will have high-speed internet when we move in there, because obviously the YouTubes, that's really important to me. The day I move in, internet will be set up and we'll be good to go, so there won't be any delay in creating videos, in my work, and all of the other stuff that's been going on kind of behind the scenes that I'm excited to share with you all. So it's been a very, very busy last couple of weeks. The next week or two will be just the same, but I'm rambling. It's been a little while. About to go home right now, take care of a few things. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Bazoo?
Yep.
We got a package.
Max! Max is in this bag.
Imagine he was, but he
Max?
just popped out.
Oh, thank you, Max. What'd you send me, buddy? Oh, that new, what do you call it, retro kind of design? That's cool. A navy blue ever forward shirt. And green, different design, I think. Yeah, same kind of style with the big EF on the front. Pretty cool. And, oh, the signature shirt. That's awesome. This is the one that's sewn on there. That's nice. Just kidding. Thanks, Max. I appreciate it, man. We are going to eat up some food and then go hit the gym. I'm hungry. I gotta live. Right?
Right.
And you're sick.
Yeah, I'm
a little
sick.
bit sinusy. So. Yeah. Oh, see you later. Get him to the Greek. Plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. Travis, if you're watching this, I know this is your favorite thing to eat. This is gonna be my little pre-workout snack. So we're gonna do some of that. Blueberry and raspberry flavored protein. And just a heads up, there's a lot of sales going on right now on my protein, so I'll link all of that in the description box below. The codes, the links, to save you guys some money on protein powders and snacks and creatines and pre-workouts, whatever you guys are looking for. Keep your eye out in the description box. So I'm gonna go with some of that. Oh, do you smell that?
No, I can't smell.
Oh yeah, that's right. That smells damn good. What I'm gonna do, there's like 4 or 5 in here. Rice cake, we'll dip it in here. That's gonna be a little pre-workout snack. Maybe some peanut butter, because Brittany just made, she took a couple of these chocolate rice cakes, put some peanut butter on it, said it was like a Reese's chocolate rice cake. Looked good, sounded good. Now I wanna do it. I wanna try.
Copycat.
All right, gotta eat. Rice cake, yogurt and protein mix, eat. Hey son, what's up? Got the bag, got the pre-workout. Gonna hit some legs. I got about an hour or so to do some mobility and train. And today's one of those days where I feel mentally strong, but physically weak. And that's just me being transparent and honest with you guys. You know, I'm not trying to make excuses or anything. I can just honestly admit that my training is not what I wanted it to be, even these last 2 weeks or so. I don't have an excuse. It just hasn't been. Obviously, I've been incredibly busy, stressed trying to find a place, dealing with stuff to get the apartment set up when we do move in. But that's all part of life. It's not an excuse. It's just my training hasn't been on point. So with this hour, I'm gonna make the most of that time for legs. I really wanna squat. That's what's important for today. So if I only squat, I'm completely okay with that. Instead of messing around doing leg extensions and leg curls, I'd rather just focus a lot of time on my squatting. So that's what we'll do. If I have some extra time, I'll throw in some accessories, and that's it. So we can throw that plan out the window. Got myself all laced up. Squat racks are taken, and I'm limited on time. So got to do something, not just gonna stand around and not gonna go home. We're gonna hit some single leg press and just try and overload the muscle here. So, like I said, unfortunately, I was not able to squat during this session. The gym was more crowded than I thought it would be. A couple of people were hanging out by the squat racks, but I wasn't just going to go home and I wasn't going to call it quits. There are so many ways to manipulate your workouts, from tempo to exercise selection to rest times, to actually make it an effective workout without doing the exercises that you planned on doing. So if you're following a structured routine, then it makes more sense to follow those exercises. So if you're powerlifting, you might have to squat, you might have to deadlift, but for me, just going in there, I was able to make some substitutions. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it was still better than nothing. So I did some single leg press, which felt really good. I went higher rep and concentrated on pushing through my heels. So you'll notice that throughout the workout, I am wearing my Olympic shoes or my squat shoes, which are meant for high bar squatting, but I was wearing them during my other exercises to really focus on the cue of driving through my heels. So after the single leg press, I moved on to some goblet squats. I think this was like 95 or so pounds, and did sets of 12. So again, going higher rep, really focusing on technique, and another way to kind of burn out the muscle and simulate a squat or more of a front squat, but also work on form at the same time. So overall, not too bad. And then I moved on to this exercise, which is something that if any of my clients are watching, they either love this or hate this, or have a love-hate relationship with this, and it's known as the Swiss ball triple threat. So real quick, let's go over the roles of the hamstrings. They're there to extend the hip, to bend the knee, and to also provide stability at the knee. Now, obviously the hamstrings have more function than that, but that's all we're going to talk about for this exercise known as the Swiss ball triple threat. Now, triple threat just means we're doing 3 exercises back to back with no rest. So this is what I actually did primarily for hamstrings after dealing with my low back injury. So with 3 herniated discs and sciatica, it wasn't possible for me to do much, but this was one of the movements that I incorporated into my training program, and it worked really well. So if you're dealing with lower back pain or lower back injury, or you're working with people who can't perform certain movements, doing this or a variation of this can definitely help. So the 3 movements we're doing are a low glute bridge, a Swiss ball or a lying leg curl, and then a high glute bridge. And this can be done on a slide board if you don't have a yoga ball or a Swiss ball in your gym. So keep in mind that the glutes are acting as a stabilizer, and you need to maintain tightness throughout the entire movement. Another thing to keep in mind is your feet should be as straight as possible while performing this. So notice that my toes are pointing up, or at least my goal is to get them as vertical as possible. Now they do tend to shift around a little bit, and that's something I have to work on, but that is the overall goal, to get those feet pointing towards the ceiling and don't let those toes flare outward. Now it's bound to happen if you're new at this exercise or you're already tired and fatigued, but this is me showing you how not to do it. And you can see that my right foot is pointing outward, and that has to do with losing stability and not being able to keep tightness throughout the entire range of motion. So just do as many reps as you can with solid form. Moving on to the next exercise in this sequence is the stability ball leg curl, and it's really important to keep a straight line from the knees to the shoulders and not lose that tightness. So you want to keep those hips up in the air, and as soon as they break, the exercise loses effectiveness. So you have to keep those glutes turned on and as tight as possible. You have to keep that core braced, and if you start feeling any kind of pain or tension in your lower back, it's likely because you're not keeping those abs and those glutes as tight as possible. This is what a couple of bad reps would look like. As you can tell, my knees and my shoulders are not lined up at all. My toes are not pointing up towards the ceiling, and I'm pretty much wobbling all over the place. So it's a stability issue. And again, if you're new to this exercise, it will take some time to get used to. And the last exercise in this sequence is the high bridge. So the soles of your feet are planted on the ball instead of the heels of your feet. And what you don't want to do is let your ass touch the ground. So you want to stay elevated throughout the entire range of motion, get those hips extended, and keep yourself as tight as possible. And what you could see here is the hamstrings are being activated. So while it might not seem like a difficult workout because there's not much added resistance, you could see that the hamstrings are firing each rep. So they are turning on right there, and they are working, and I promise you this exercise will burn. So if you've never done it before, I do not recommend going right into something like a Swiss ball triple threat. I would stick with just slide board curls or stability ball leg curls and get used to the movement. And then if you want to incorporate the bridges, you could do so. And this final exercise here is optional. I believe it's known as calf raises. I'm not exactly sure what it does, but I've seen some people do them before, and apparently it can be beneficial in some way, shape, or form. I don't know, I'm not familiar with calves, but I want to thank you guys as always for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please click that thumbs up button, as that really helps this channel out. If you missed the previous video, it's playing right there on the screen. If you want to join the VIP list or apply for my online coaching, you could do so. Make sure to subscribe before you go. And a quick reminder that the NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, is offering a free 2-week trial if you're interested in becoming a certified personal trainer. So it is a certification that I do highly recommend. And if you want to try it out for free for 14 days, you can go ahead and click the link in the description box below. So thanks again, guys, and we will talk to you all in the next video.